hopefully the show that never ends. And of course, will it ever end? Main topic of the actual show itself. Just thought I'd zoom into this here. Start with something really, really festive. You can see it for yourself. It's very, very festive. So you can just hear my voice for a little bit here before the camera flicks over. The actual fire in this place isn't actually on at the moment. I missed the fire actually, because actually it's quite warm with the fire, but they've probably got a heating system in here. Just to show where I am right now, right next to the coffee machines. Sometimes the coffee machines switch off, like one of them. I'm not sure which side it will switch off this time. Sometimes on the left hand side and sometimes on the right hand side. And of course they switch them off sometimes if they're not being used, probably to save a lot of electricity. Hello to you, Bill Taylor. Yeah, my voice is getting a little bit better here. And yeah, definitely we are the show, hopefully, that never ends here. And when will it ever end? As you know exactly, roughly what I mean there. So, yeah, live. Yeah, you probably worked out where I am right now. Something really festive behind me gives the game away. But yeah, and something with a bit of milk in it as well. I don't know if you can see that. But of course, I wish I had my Touring With Us mug with me. The latest one, which I haven't actually got off ordered yet. I'm still waiting for the GB News. It is GB News, which is Great Britain News, which is on 236. I'm waiting for that cup. And I've had an email saying that it's delayed because of the postal strikes. So, yeah, being from London, I'm not actually surprised about that, but of course, yeah, then again, I am surprised in a way. But there you go. I find it very strange that, of course, something from London like that hasn't actually arrived at my doorstep. And when you sort of order something on eBay, maybe it's a different sort of delivery service. It's not probably Royal Mail or something like that. But what I would say is that eBay are slightly more quicker than a standard postal order, I would have thought. So hopefully I'll get my GB News mug soon, before Christmas anyway, at the very, very latest. And good evening to you, Bill. And you probably is one of many that recognise where I am right this minute. I'm sure something gave it away there. So, yeah. Anyone recognise it? That's all you're going to get. I don't want to get told off for filming too many people. So, yeah. I just saw on the TV screen, they didn't have much sound on, although they have been having sound when they're getting ready for the England games, for the World Cup, for Qatar, I think it's actually pronounced. And apparently I've got to pronounce something else by the name of, not W, but Wranglers. Does that sound a little bit better? Wranglers. So, yeah, I've got to pronounce it like that. I do apologise if I haven't pronounced it right of late. But, yeah, talking about the World Cup, I just saw Tunisia, luckily, just win 1-0 over France. Well, of course, against France. Of course, it would be. And, yeah, I thought that France were going to get away with a 1-1 towards 98th minute. And, of course, the minutes went a little bit further than that. But it was apparently ruled out. I just had to glance at that point where it just got overruled by the VAR. I think there's going to be a lot of that in the tournament. So we're lucky to get Senegal. They're going to broadcast it here. Well, actually, it's going to be on the telly, actually. And they're actually going to have it on here at the Spoons. So, yes, it's going to be Sunday, the 4th of December, 7 p.m. The kickoff actually starts. I believe it's the kickoff. The programme will start probably about an hour beforehand, usually does. So they're going to broadcast it here because it's already been announced at the bar on, display that, of course, they're encouraging people to come out and watch the game in the pub. I watched half of the England game the other night. It was against USA. Somebody came in to me today, somebody that is a regular, said to me that Senegal is not a pushover. Well, I can say to that, we'll find out that very true thing on Sunday, the 4th of December, 2022. So there you go. There you have it. It feels like I'm in Qatar now with the warmth. Actually, I'm not, but of course, yeah. I think I confused a lot of people just then. You could say that because it's quite warm in here. I would say on that note. But yeah, makes you laugh, doesn't it? But yeah, don't forget, of course, tonight, Nice and Relaxing, which is initiated NAR. Okay, and of course, I'm getting binging messages from, of course, a country singer. Funny enough, the one I spoke about, Dark Road, that one. But yeah, anyway, for those people who don't know what I'm talking about, it's a country song that, of course, a freelance country singer is solo, I believe, and has sung and played with other musicians. And that's who's binging me now, Mr. Nightingale. So, yeah, massive hello to Mr. Nightingale. So, there you go. There was a thing about Mr. Nightingale, and apparently he's got a lot of brothers and sisters. And one sister, I don't know whether it's true or actually made up. But yeah, I think I prefer the made up version. But anyway, that's the joke that hopefully never ends here. Now, if you've never been on the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you are a new member to this channel here, sorry about the being in here because it does flash up on the screen sometimes. So I do apologise about that. So yeah, I am getting the comments coming in, by the way. So yeah, there was one message that's been retracted there. You must have made a mistake when you actually keyed it in there. That was Bill Taylor there. But thank you very much for stopping by, whoever is stopping by, including Bill himself, and many others. Do come on our chat and say hello to us on our Q&A. And of course, when we do have our Q&A, we encourage you to ask some questions, like, of course, where we're going to go next, and what type of things do you do for your channel. Those kind of questions we need answers for, and that's why we encourage people to come on and have a little bit of a chat with us and say hello. Even hello is free and it doesn't cost. But going back to the NAR, it's tonight, hopefully around about 8:15, and there's a list of music that we're now going to put on each show, so you've got an idea of what is going to be played by Giuliano, as in Giuliano and Plum. Yeah, I'm not saying anything about the surname there. I'm really not, but yeah, it makes you laugh because I've still got a chesty cough, but I'm getting over it. But yeah, like I say, yeah, you might laugh at Nicolini Orange, actually. But if anybody does spot me, come and say hello. But, of course, be nice to me. Otherwise, I will not be nice back. Like any celebrity. You could call it a celebrity if you like. But I'm not going to go on a celebrity, get me out of here. That sort of rubbish. I'm not really into that sort of rubbish. So how many of you actually are into, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here? We know that well, put it this way, Matt Hancock came third, didn't he? He didn't win it, and thank goodness for that. But yeah, there's been a lot of hatred towards him, and a lot of people like him. So yeah, there's two sides of the coin on that. So make your own mind up of what you think of Matt Hancock. I personally think he's let Hayville down as a local MP due to the decisions he made, But that's my own opinion. You don't have to agree with it. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. But I don't want to turn it into a politics show. This is not what this show's about. It really isn't. But if you want to square it up with me, and if you want to send me some constructive feedback about the channel, come and say it in a private message. And if this channel is not for you, like people often do, they put a comment on a group. Like, for example, we just had one on the We Love East Anglia. I had to get rid of this guy because you just can't comment on there and say, oh, this group is not for me. When, it should be a private note. You should be contacting the admin privately, not putting it in the public domain as if you're putting it out on stage. There's a fine line you draw where, online is like a stage. You wouldn't go out on a stage and tell everyone, oh, this show's not for me. How many people would actually do that? I'd like to get some answers on that, but there you go. Yes, we're getting a little bit festive here. I'm trying to anyway, as I hopefully get over my chesty experience, and I'm trying to do my best, by the way. So I won't sort of go overboard, and as I speak, I always get one. Maybe I shouldn't think about it too much, but anyway. The Nice and Relaxing show at 8 p.m. and that will be commentated by myself here. Of course, if you're not familiar with my face, then of course you'll probably hear me by voice, and I am just putting the face to the voice, which sometimes I introduce you to the show and then I do a bit of commentary. And the reason why I do the commentary is because of the copyright issues that we have. And I know there's a way that you can do it in the future, but I think you do have to pay for it. I think it's $19 for the site that I was given. So, yeah, I won't say too much about that. I'll keep that sort of at a private level here. Now, this here, I just thought I'd show this to people here. Can anyone tell me what this actually is? Well, you probably worked it out easily. It is actually a key. But what type of key is it? It is actually a radar key. For those people who, want to use the toilet in quick succession, then you can buy these online. Okay, on eBay they do sell them for a cheap price of £2, something like that. And what it does is it opens the key, not to the organ loft or King's College of Cambridge, but or any other royal sort of place, but it opens the key to, of course, disability toilets or, of course, accessible toilets that allow this key to work. So there you go, you can buy them online, and of course bus drivers will probably need to know about this, and you may be a bus driver watching this now and you may not know about this. And I just recently told a bus driver about this because they wanted to use the toilet because they drive up and down for hours on end, don't they? And never end, do they? But of course they do have a break here and there, but of course they probably need to know, if they don't already have a key, which is called a radar key, which allows you to have access to toilets, perhaps at a bus station, whatever bus station that is, or even a train station as well. I think in there was a train station that I went to recently, March, that's it, and I think there's a new toilet there just been placed as well, which is fantastic. They didn't have a toilet there before, and now that I realise that they do. And there is a small video that I've done of that, so do check that out. There's one that has had at least over 128 views so far. Seems to be a lot of views of Haverhill, and maybe I should do Haverhill a bit more. But of course, I like to go to other places as well to get views from other towns and cities and possibly seaside resorts. So if there is a place in mind that you do have, do let me know in the comments, even if you're watching on replay. It's very key that you try and let us know if you can. But yeah, it's good that people are tuning in as we are live, because sometimes this comes out as a recording as well. So if you miss anything that of course I have not yet spoken about, do ask us your questions. I will try and answer Your question, yeah, without the coughing a bit of the words that I'm trying to speak, sorry. So, yeah, don't be shy, give it a try and ask that question, even if you're watching on replay, because you can still comment after the live's gone out. But the next live I'll do tonight is the nice and relaxing one, as we're getting more festive towards Christmas. It'll be a spectacular show, hopefully, that you'll all enjoy. It'll be about 45 minutes to an hour, roughly speaking. It depends on the viewers that we get, and sometimes we get more other days, and sometimes we get more other days, and we get less other days as well, and we get less other days as well, and it goes in an endless loop. But yeah, just to wrap this up, talking about the England Qatar game. I saw the game yesterday, and I saw it at home. And of course, we won 3-0 in the end, very comfortably as well, with Marcus Rashford and Foden. Brilliant, excellent goals there. I happened to watch a comedian, which I've actually seen in 2019 in Great Yarmouth. I do hope to see that comedian again at some point. I didn't get a chance this year. It was so hectically busy, as it usually is. And yeah, it's always busy when this guy comes on and does his bit. And yeah, his name is Jim Davison here. Obviously known for the Generation game and the Big Break Snooker game. That's what he's known for, and a stand-up comedian himself. So he has his own Ustream channel, and he's got a lot of subscribers on there. And of course, yes, I did mention him to go on the Dan Wootton show on GB News 236. That's on Freeview, by the way. That'll be on tonight as well. That'd be worth listening to. So yeah, if you want sort of the different side of the coin, then listen to Dan Wootton on the GB News, not GBN News, 236 on Freeview and satellite as well. So yeah, Jim Davison is often on that show, and the reason why I mention it is because he said on his Ustream channel that he thinks England are going to win the World Cup. Now remember, we heard this, because I want to look back at that. If England go out of the competition, do we blame Jim Davison? I think a lot of people will, wouldn't they? But, you know, I won't, but because, you know, I find it very strange. It's only opinion at the end of the day. Some people think, of course, Senegal will not be a pushover. We'll find out that on Sunday, the 4th of December, 2022. But anyway, it is, of course, Wednesday, the 30th of November, 2022. If you don't believe me, check all your calendars. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to chill out now. And I'm going to leave you with something really festive. Yes, that's not me playing the organ, by the way. It's actually me showing you something festive when I click the fingers and I click the camera this way. So we'll see you next time, and hopefully you'll join us on the 8 o'clock show, or 8:15. Nice and relaxing, otherwise known as NAR. Do join us then. Hopefully we can get loads of you hitting that thumbs up and subscribing, and perhaps a little small donation as well. Anyone is welcome to donate, and we'll tell you the details of that on the show, unless you know already, which some people do. We'll leave you with the festive little thing on top of this fireplace. We'll see you later on the Nice and Relaxing show with Nicolini Orange and Giuliano Plum, as in the fruit. We're all fruits, but we're not nuts. See you till next time. See you at 8:15.